Today, we're going to be doing a step-by-step tutorial on how to create your very own website on Wix.com. Now, to get started, you don't need a credit card, so go ahead and sign up and get to the login. All you need to do is click on Get Started and then fill in your information or continue with Google and or Facebook. I generally just use my email, make things a lot easier. Once you sign up and fill in your information, you get here and you can click on Get Started or create a site for your client. This is for if you're just making it for somebody else. We're making it for ourselves today. Just go ahead and click on Get Started. Here it's going to ask you what kind of website you're creating. We are going to do an online portfolio, just to make it a little bit easier. You can also do your online store, a blog, consultant, technology. You can choose it now, but you can always change it later. I think the portfolio is one of the easier things to make, so we'll just go click on that. You can do general, journalist, PR, creative, film student, developer. There's so many options. We're just gonna go with the most basic, just like, hey, I have to create a portfolio or resume for my class, and that's essentially how I use Wix the first time. So I click portfolio and click on next. So now I get to create your own name. So let's make a new name. It's gonna be Digital Nerdy, and then click next. So here again, you can choose different styles. Again, you can do portfolio, online store, forms, Instagram feed, all that stuff. Like, what do you want to add? So we're just gonna do portfolios already added. You can also sell stuff on your portfolio if you like. You add some forms. That's good, right? Get some subscribers or contact information. You can get your Instagram feed. That would be good. You can add a chat widget and so much more. So I'm just going to go through and add a couple of these because why not? We can walk through them. A video would be good. Um, and then, yeah, everything else looks okay to me. We're going to click on next. Okay, and then you get to go to your dashboard. Your dashboard is your home center. This is where you can go and check your domain and do all those technical stuff that's a bit confusing at first. But Wix makes it pretty easy, and that's why I like using Wix whenever I just want to make something quick and easy. I've made random websites for fun back in the day, so I would suggest doing that. I've also created for another class where we were doing a presentation on marketing. So add a project to your portfolio. Click on that as something that you can add. It's going to walk you through a few steps here, so we'll go ahead and do that. Add a project. Let's just say these are my projects for now. You can click on new project too. So we're just going to do that. And then you can upload. So let's call this my YouTube videos thumbnails. And then we're going to click on next. And then, so you can type in a bunch of things. And if you don't know what to type, go ahead. You can also always use Canva's Magic Writer, which is also free. You can use Chat GPT for copywriting. If you don't know what to say, just start a few words and send them on in to the AI generators and they'll help you. Or for now, if you just want to get started on the designing part, just fill it in and make it easy as possible. So it'd be, this is a gallery of my YouTube thumbnails. Keeping it simple, so I can go next. You can also skip it. We're going to do that for now. Project type. This is graphics. Skip the date, skip the stuff, and go next. And then you can click on upload media from computer or import from Wix Media Manager. This means that you already uploaded and this you haven't. So go ahead and just upload a couple images from your computer by click on here. All right, so as you upload, you're gonna get them in here. It's gonna be called, you can see there's a number up top, 1, 2, 3, 4, and that's how they generally pop up in your gallery. I'm gonna add a few more just so we can get a good example of what they look like. All right, so once you're done, you go ahead and click on done. And then you can put done again, as that's the final step to adding a project. And there, you're pretty much done there. You can manage that project, going back and add more. You can also click to add another project. So we're just going to go ahead and close that out for now. And then go back to your home, and you'll see that you can add some projects there. So you can make sure to add that in there, and then click on show selected, and that would be the projects that are online on your website. So these are just examples that they have previously, so they can just show you what it looks like. But we're going to go back to home again and fill out the next step. If you do want to connect your domain, you can do that. You could also buy it directly from Wix.com. I generally buy it off of Wix if I have connected before, but usually you can just use it like this just for fun and design something. So we're going to click on design site to start designing. That's actually one of the first things that a lot of people do is just play around, and I recommend playing around. If you've never created a website through Wix before, um, you can ask them to create it for you. This is like a wizard. If you ever used this in Microsoft back in the day, all it does is kind of pull things together for you based on some of your mentions of what you want. Or you can customize a design template, so you can choose one that you like and go back in and edit that. I personally prefer choosing one that I like and then changing it to something that works best for me. So we'll go ahead and click pick a template. So as you can see, there are lots of portfolio examples that you can choose from. These are good, pretty fun templates. I like simple ones. If you're creating food, like that works too. You can see these are photographers, illustrators, and many way better things than we have here. But for the sake of designing, we're going to keep it fun and simple. And I like to have a little bit more about on my website. I like to have like who I am, how to reach me, what I like to do. That just gives more people like insight to my experience and everything. So we'll go ahead and choose something that allows me to add all of that. You can also view by clicking on this view right here, and then it'll show you an example of what it looks like. And it's going to ask you to edit the site if you want, but we're just looking at this to see if we like it. I'm not really a big fan of this one just because it's catered to just more photographers. So we're going to look for something a little bit more of a gallery. So let's go down together. This is also great. And if you run into a situation where there's too many options for you to choose, I recommend just pick one and start from there. If you don't like it, you can always change it. So I'm going to go to resumes and CVs. I think that's where I intended. And this one looks fun. So we'll go ahead and click on edit. And as your website is being generated or this template is being generated, you'll be able to drag and drop and do a lot of editing. Here you are. It's adding my blog. It's adding all my portfolios and everything. This generally takes like 30 seconds to a minute, depending on your internet speed. Once you're good, it's going to pop up a lot of stuff on the side here that tells you what it is. So very user friendly if you don't know, if you don't have any experience. Up on the top here, these bars are pretty useful. This is a view for desktop. Next to that is a view for mobile, and then your domain for your website, like the link that people can click on, and the zoom function, your search bars, your save previews up top. These are your go-tos for designing this. And of course, elements are stuff to the left here is how do you get to the design part. So elements are what you can add. So let's say you want to add like a gallery, you want to add a text box or stuff like that. Like all of those can be added through there. Images, all that stuff. Sections, pages, menus. If you need a breakdown, I can go ahead and break that with you as we're designing. So real quickly, we're just going to go ahead and click on these existing ones and change it to our website. So that was very easy. You just click on the name, double click on the text, and then change it to your name. We're going to do Digital Nerd. In here, you can always change the font size. We're going to leave everything as is, but you can always go and change it at any time you like. So once you're done, just click out of there. Here, we're going to change this as well. Hi, I'm B. I'm a digital expert who is not really an expert but loves to share my knowledge with the world. And then a smiley face because we can. Again, if you don't know what to write in here, you can just use an AI generator for the text there. I'm going to go ahead and change the font on this one to make it a little more personal. So click on fonts and you can see you can scroll and choose one that you like, test that out to see if that works. So just go ahead and highlight that and click on the fonts again. Here's that script. And then I don't like that my happy face is down there. So I'm going to make this a little smaller. And there you have it. Number one about me. This is definitely not a picture of me. So I'm gonna change the image. So just click on change the column background. And you can see here, this is an image. So just you can choose different backgrounds right here, or you can use image, upload your image again, or choose a background right here. So I'm going to choose a background just because it'll be easier, but you can also make it a color if you want and then put more text. But here you can also search for images. I think the window is also fun, so we can do that. Okay, and then clicking out of there, and you would have that image ready. This is a studio. This is a interesting presentation, and you can always add some links. So I'm going to show you how to do that. But just go ahead and go down and change any text that you want, change any font what you want. You can change the color. So let's say I want this to be a different color. So I would just go ahead and highlight that. So here's the color for the text. It's currently black, but we can make that blue. All right, and then you can add some effects too down here. So character line spacing, drop shadows, a lot of different effects or text effects that you can add. You can make it a vertical text if you like, and then add some SEO and accessibility. Um, you can go through there. I recommend going in and adding all your Twitter links and hyperlinks. So to add a link up top right here, I'll just highlight this part. Let's go ahead and highlight this part right here and then click on the linked. And you can see like the link that it links to is just a PDF that people can download. That's actually what I currently do with my own resume portfolio. Just have some documents that if people are interested and they trust that it's not a virus, they can just click on download. But not. That's just how it is. Um, It's like a new way. So I do want to add a portfolio and to edit this link up top. So these are called menus. This is a menu, right? You get to select where you want to what you want to order and click on, like if you're thinking of that like a restaurant. So I want people to be able to click on my blog and read my blog. I want people to click on my portfolio and my projects. So if you remember, projects are the images that I added earlier, so we can edit that. So if you notice up top, this page is called Home. I would just go ahead and click on here and switch to a different page. So we're going to switch to the project page, taking some time. And now, as you can see, this is the projects that we added earlier. So this is the example that they had, the skincare, And then you can scroll over to the next project and so forth down here. If you're interested to see what this looks like for others, you can just click on preview up top and you'll be able to see what people see when they visit your website, kind of test it out to see if all the links work. Here's another portfolio that we added. I believe we just added like a few. So we're going to run into my thumbnails pretty soon. Scrolling through. This is actually a really interactive portfolio, and I actually quite enjoy it. But it doesn't really show what I want it to show. So I'm going to go ahead and make sure that my thumbnails get added on. So once you're ready to stop previewing, you can click on back to editor. You manage projects by clicking on the photo. So we're going to make sure that the YouTube thumbnails are ones that people see. I'm going to click on show selected. This is the one project that's visible. And then we're going to hide the other. So we're going to unmark this one. I'm going to hide the others or delete them. So I'm actually going to click delete just because I want to show it in the examples. And then once you're done, you can go ahead and click back out or look at the collections and integrations. This one is like your portfolio, and in your portfolio, it has your credit project. So that one, you're pretty much good. So I would go back to home and design your site again. It would open a new one or just close this out. Um, and you click on change design. Then we're going to choose the way your project is showcased. So I like this one right here. So you can add some text to it. Okay. And as you can see, because I deleted my other ones, only my YouTube thumbnails or my project, this one project popped up. This is called YouTube video thumbnails. And you can go in and you add customized design. You can say, this is the text we had earlier. You can add like, hey, I designed this for my channel. These are the programs that I use, the year. All that information can be added onto here. So this page looks good to me. We're going to go ahead and check out the other one, which is the portfolio, which is really similar, but you would just organize it the same. Click on your quick edit here, and you can change the layout of this page if you like. But we're going to head to the blog, and you can sort of see what a blog would look like. I don't mind the blog looking like this. It's very simple. It's really easy to organize. You can add a section. So let's say before my blog, I want to show like the subscribe button. So you can just click on the sections here. And this one's pretty good. Stay in the know. You can always add more. So here's go back to your elements. As I said, you can always add some more images, add some more boxes, a gallery, video and music. So you can have the videos just within this page. But because this is a blog, I'll leave it like that for now. I'm going to scroll through and show you how to add a lot of these. So I do like that. We're going to see if we can add a form so people can contact us. So in your contacts and forms, you can add it to any of your pages. So I'm going to go ahead and make sure that I can add that to my about page. That's a good page to add, and I'm going to move it probably at the bottom. And then we're going to do the pages here, taking on form. And then it's going to be leave us a message and we'll get right back. So for this one, I tend to just like to put the word let's connect. Keep it simple, link my socials, and then people can just fill this out. If you want to edit the forms, you can just click on the form here and click on form settings. Here's the create form submission table. Settings, like what's it called? Submit a message, like after they submit what you want them to see, like thanks for submitting, you are amazing. You can go beyond and really customize it for everybody. So we can just put thanks for submitting. You are super amazing, right? Payment conditions, contacts, automations, email marketing, your newsletter support, and then you can upgrade for other functions. But we're gonna keep this one really simple. And then you can add your new field here. So let's say you want people to put in their phone numbers. You can add that. So let's say I want my phone number to be there. You want people's birthdays. Um, I generally don't want their phone numbers, but it is an option if you want. And then we're gonna go ahead. You can click and move it however you like, and then you can also change the layout of this. So let's say you want to make the field bigger or smaller, you can do that. Make the spaces bigger or smaller, you can do that as well. And then here in the design, you can change the style of the forms. So I would just click on like this purple one. It would change it to more of that purple. I'll make this a little bit wider. You can make it black and white, just keeping it simple, making it something like this so it kind of matches that desert. Um, Yeah, so there's definitely things that you can do and you can add to here. And if you don't want something, you can remove it by clicking on there and then moving things around, right? You don't like it, I'm just gonna move it to this field or that field. There's lots of ways to customize. You can make this a little bit wider, first name, last name, your email, can move it around, subject. Um, All right, so once you're happy with that, you can kind of move on and start adding a bit more of stuff. As you can see here, you can design how this website looks. You don't like any of these colors, this is terrible to you. You can change it, but I like to do that in the home page just to make sure that everything flows. Click on site design, I can change the theme color. So let's say I want something blue. It will grab all the colors there. Something warm. Right? Okay, so that works for now. And then we can also change the page background and transitions. And then here, as you can see, there is an app function. Wix has a bunch of apps that you can add. So let's say you want to add your social media icons, custom background music, comments. All of that can be added within here. There's some free to install, and there's some ones that you kind of have to pay for. So we'll just leave that there. But if you're interested in exploring any of these, we can do another walkthrough. And then this one as well as your my business. So this is where you get like your stuff finished. So Wix blog, Share your experience, grow your traffic, kind of learn what all of these is. You can manage your blog pages in here. All your forms and payments. You can add more forms if you like. Um, Doing setups, setting your Wix chat button. So this is that little white, the little green button here with the white color. Um, you can change chat hours. So if you know, like if you're running a business and you can't reply to your emails 24/7, this is where you could be like, hey, I'm not here right now, so people can't find you in the middle of the night. That is quite useful. But if you're always open and you're not getting like notifications while you're asleep, then that's fine. I just wouldn't recommend it turning it on for many people at once, especially if you're a growing site. But that is pretty much it. You can utilize this tool here to add pictures directly from designing page. But once you're done and you're happy with how everything looks, like the font, the photos, um, the colors, and if you're someone who's not really creative and you don't know what to do, you just remember that all you need to do is change your website title. You can change your about me page, change whatever it is that you already have on here, and then you don't have to worry about like messing it up, right? It's simple. You can just save it and then publish your website. The word publish actually means that it's going to go live. So when you make these changes, it's just saving. It's not really making it like a website. So for now, I'm going to save and continue, and it's going to publish, right? So now hitting publish right here means that I can send you this link and you can visit my website anytime. That's great if you don't need a domain, right? This is a domain from Wix. It's free, it's available. You can change it to something else if you like. But now we're just gonna hit publish, and then this link right here is a link that anybody can go to and um, visit your website. So I'm gonna go ahead and click on right here. And as you can see, this is what people see when they visit this link. And if you don't like how this look, you can also give them like a shortened URL as well. You can just put it on your on your social media account, just to look a little more professional. If you're submitting this as a homework project, then you can just send them this, right? Free is good. So I love that Wix has been updating a lot in the last like few years. They started out very basic. It was a click and drag sort of situation. And a lot of times people were saying that they're not good enough. And now that they made it more accessible for anybody, like anybody who doesn't have experience, to just log in and create something, it's so cool, right? You can create your e-commerce website, meaning you can sell stuff online, you can sell your ebook, you can sell your services. You can set that all that up without having to learn web design. Like this itself was made and created in a matter of minutes, right? And if you want to buy the domain from them, you can, and you're good to go. You don't need to worry about designing, paying a developer, all that stuff. You can just set it and have it serve its purpose that you need. Um, Change what you need, and you're good to go. And I hope you've been able to learn a couple of things, or at least this gives you inspiration to start your own website. I'm very excited to see what you are going to create. Just feel free to drop a link down below and let me know how it goes.